Hi, my name is Somi and I'm a technical product manager at Moniepoint. Welcome to another exciting episode of Making the Dream podcast. Today I have two new Dreammaker engineers with me, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hi, Somi. I'm Temitope, a backend engineer with the loans team.
Hi, Shubin. I'm Charles Omara, a 14 engineer with Moniepoint.
Oh, great. Nice to meet you both. Welcome to the podcast or welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So what would you say frustrates you the most about being an engineer?
Well, I would say the passion for the job sometimes goes above the line. So sometimes you're engrossed in trying to debug your code and you lose less of time. You forget that I need to call the other ones. So if you're in a relationship and sorry for you, you won't bother to call your girlfriend and your girlfriend is panicking, but I might have to be mentioned. I've had that several. Having that keyboard is being other study speak. You just come to my house and see how my art is. I would say that can be quite frustrating sometimes.
Okay, how about you?
I mean, for me, I think probably I'm my own problem in the sense of, I see something and sometimes I tend to see it more than what it is. Like, there's just a problem in front of me and I try to probably instead of thinking it as a small problem first, I probably think it like way too large. Exactly, yeah. And sometimes that's frustrating. And then I probably now tend to take more time before realizing that, let me just look at it like the way it is or something like that, yeah.
And have you always been an engineer? Did you have an engineering background?
Yeah.
Did you study engineering? How did you get into programming and engineering?
Yeah, I think my own journey started in NYSC.
Okay.
So I was first posted to a software company. So then, of course, I didn't know much about software engineering. I just loved the idea. So then I was more of a tester and QA with them while trying to learn more about it. So eventually, as I progressed in my career, I started taking on more responsibilities as an engineer. So that's how I started my own career.
How about you, Timmy? I know that you didn't exactly have an engineering background.
Yeah.
Your switch.
I actually started at Moniepoint in 2019 as a customer support representative. But I mean, I loved my job. I always just knew that this was a gateway to something. But seeing the work that the engineers do, would have issues. You'd have to escalate to the engineers and all. It made me curious, and thankfully for the remote work that happened in 2020, I was okay, let me see how this goes, because some people encouraged me to go into it, and I was it was nice. I mean, there were times where it was frustrating, and honestly, there were some options that Dream makers that would stay up really late with me, up to 1 a.m. trying to unblock me. But there was a time I was someone was unblocking me and then he was oh, you need to give them IDs, and I'm what's an ID? Do you get how the hell am I supposed to do this by myself? So I just knew I needed to enroll in a boot camp, so I took a sabbatical at work, then I went to a boot camp and I came back as an engineer. So basically it's been 1 year for me. Last month made it a year actually as an engineer here.
How's that been? How's engineering been? How's going from customer support success to engineering being for you?
Honestly, I do enjoy it because I'm yes, I'm doing something that I love and I can see the impact in people. But aside from that, there's the imposter syndrome, right? That just makes you feel you can't do this, or what are you doing? Sometimes I'm wait.
I'm a fraud. I
mean, I look at my name on Workplace and I see my title underneath and I'm what happened? What did I do? Did I deceive these people? But then it's also been really good because honestly, transitioning, I felt I still told my friend yesterday or 2 days ago, I felt you actually get the most support from people as an engineer. I've not seen a a kind of place where people just want to help you. And right from the start, even till now, I mean,
Like
I've had
sports culture.
yeah, exactly. I've had people within the company that want to mentor me. My manager is like, okay, yes, they all want me to do better. And it is so good that sometimes I get scared that, oh my God, am I going to fall with these people's hands? Because that's how much help and assistance that people are willing to offer. And honestly, it's unreal and amazing. So it's been mostly good, except for the imposter syndrome.
All right, cool. So what would you say you solve for first when you encounter a challenge or a problem? So I come to you now as a user, right? I say, Charles, I can't log in. How do you go from listening to my problem to the solution?
Okay, well, if you come from that angle, the first thing is what exactly am I trying to do?
Okay.
So you tell me, I can't put you on your email address or start talking about what you do.
Okay.
Then just to be sure that we're on the same page, I will ask you, what link are you accessing? You have access to major, so if I'm able to clear those questions around that, and I'm sure that, okay, I think the right thing. Then the next thing is like, okay, what went wrong? When did you stop working? When did this, what went wrong between the time you stopped working and when it was working?
Okay.
Was there any change in the system?
Yeah.
So if I answer that based on there was a change in the system, then the next thing I would probably ask is, is there any service that is down?
Okay.
So being able to like ask those specific questions to help you with like get to the solution.
Yeah.
Asking the why, I think that is actually an amazing approach. How about you?
I mean, for me, as a backend engineer now, what I do first is like, for instance, I get my tasks on Jira. I probably like think about it in my head, like, okay, how do I want to approach this? Like basically ideation. I like to write a lot. So I would write out my thoughts process in pen and paper, basically like exactly like try to like visualize it to myself before writing it in my IDE. Then after writing it, then I try to also say, okay, how can I optimize this better to like be in its best form? So basically I think what's the problem I'm trying to solve, ask myself like questions, then write it out and all before like implementing it in my IDE and try to optimize it better.
In the next, let's say 5-10 years, do you still see yourself engineering? Do you see yourself pivoting?
Yeah.
You know, I know it's a very tricky question to ask, but
I have a conversation with a friend when coming here. How long are you going to continue coding? Would you use coding for what? 5 years from now? I think I'm still a very young guy, so I'll continue coding. But in the long run, I think eventually I would love to go into product side, because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'm still like majorly into coding.
Okay. Speaking about moving to product, right? A lot of engineers struggle with, I don't want to stop coding. You know, when I become a product manager, I would probably not be coding as much. Have you thought about that?
Yeah. I actually had a discussion being out of word, but I feel like having a strong in more background.
Yeah.
Okay. 100%.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'll tell you go and learn engineering. Ask me in the street, I'm like, bro, God, engineering first. Yeah.
I've been in meetings where I'm discussing with a project owner on what she wants to achieve. So I feel like my knowledge as an engineer helps us to arrive at the requirements of the project.
Yeah.
And I've been able to know, okay, this is what she wants to achieve, and this is how it is going to be possible, and these are the opportunities available to you. Like it helps to build a great product.
Okay.
So I think a very strong design background can help you to be a very business.
Yeah. Product.
How about you, Timo?
I mean, first of all, the first question, I think I definitely still see myself writing code in the next 5 years. I mean, I literally just started. I love Java. So, I mean, I would definitely want to continue here, but I would also like to learn other languages also and other things. But yeah, as to coding, I would definitely want to continue coding. Yes. I don't know about being a product manager. I mean, I really like this sport, and I think it involves a lot of writing and all of that also. And yeah, and managing engineers. And honestly, I don't think managing engineers is an easy thing to do. I really do prefer product managers. Maybe after I've mastered my trade very well, I would probably want to I think it's something great that I would probably want to consider then. But in the next 5 years, I would most definitely still be writing code.
Thank you so much, Charles. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me on board.
So you've heard from our Dreammaker engineers on this episode. I hope you're inspired by what they've done, their careers, and their journey. If you want to join us, head over to moniepoint.com/careers.